Andy, first of all, another player through the door this week in Dan Gore. There was a lot of publicity around his signing and such, and it looks like it's quite a coup for the football club. From your point of view, what's he going to add, and how does he fit into your team?
Well, first of all, we're delighted to have him, obviously. There was a lot of interest in him personally, and obviously from his point of view and from Manchester United's point of view, they explored lots of possibilities. We spoke to him, presented to him, shown him what we've done in the first half of the season with previous loan players, what we've done on the pitch, and we tried to sell to him this was a really good option for him to come and get first team football, and we're thankful that he's chosen us. I think he's a very good player technically, but what I like about him even more already, what we already knew, but what I've already seen in 2 or 3 days, he's a tenacious little bugger as well. So he likes to tackle, but he's obviously very, very good with the ball, hence why he's a Manchester United player. And so it's now up to us to help him develop in his time at the football club. And yeah, we hopefully he can make us a better group.
That smile on your face makes me think he's gonna be a master of some art, shall we say?
Maybe, but he's also got to play the game with discipline as well. So, but yeah, listen, he's honestly been with us for a short period of time. He's settled in really well, and obviously the guys have made him feel really welcome. And yeah, it's good that there was obviously, as you say, a lot of publicity about where he was going to go and for whatever reason it was going to be. But we were always confident that once we'd spoken to him that he was going to come in.
I don't want you to give trade secrets away, but what you've just said there begs the question as to how you then got him, because he's got interest in maybe the Championship or whatever. So what's it been about Port Vale that's made you get this player that's so highly rated by Manchester United and Championship football clubs?
We try to tell him the truth. We try to tell him facts about what we're trying to do on the pitch, what we can do for him off the pitch, how we can support him, how we can take him through those difficult moments he's going to have in the second half of the season. He's going to have good and bad experiences. He's going to learn on the job. So he's had a little taste of first team football with Manchester United, but we now need to try and give him that platform to have more regular game time. For him to get regular game time, he needs to train well and conduct himself really well and be a really good teammate. And then when he gets onto the pitch, he needs to perform to the best of his ability. And we'll be here to demand of him, encourage him, support him, and hopefully then when he returns to his parent club, he goes back a better player.
He's an example of how you've used the loan market this year, and I know you've said a few weeks running now about you've decided to use it at the loan market differently this year. Is it just a matter of say, going for younger players? Can you expand a little bit more on how you've tried to use it this year and the differences that you've made?
No disrespect to anybody who's come in previously, but we're obviously now our second year as a League One club, and because of how we got promoted from League Two and the short turnaround in time and the number of contracted players we still had at the club, last year was about making sure we stayed in League One, and we did that. And obviously then since I took over, it was more than about how do we then look to the future, how do we grow both on and off the pitch, and can we entice the best young players in the country, which I think we have done. And it was then how we could then convince them that Port Vale was a natural next step for them for their development on leaving under 21 football and having their first taste of league football. So there's obviously a number of factors have gone into that. Too many to mention. A lot of hard work from a lot of people, a lot of conversations, face to face, on the phone, presentations, stadium visits, and showing the players how we've tried to play. Because to get players from Manchester United, Brighton, Sheffield United, Tottenham, you have to be trying to play the game in a certain way. Otherwise, those players aren't going to come to you. That's the top and bottom of it. So we've had to showcase that and what we've tried to do and what we're going to ask of the players when they get into the building, and then the player and the club have a decision to make. And thankfully, a lot of times that the players decided to come here.
It's almost like you've got to audition for them. Really,
we have to, yeah, of course, yeah. We're not a big fish in this pond in League One. We have to do things in a different way, and sometimes when players haven't had a first loan, some managers, some clubs are a little bit more apprehensive about taking them. But we've looked at the qualities of our football club, of our group of players, of our group of staff, and can we showcase those talents from what we've done previously, what I've done previously, who I've worked with previously, what we're trying to do on the football pitch. And then the player has to make a decision, then the club has to make a decision. Do all those things fit in place? And if they do, come and work with us. And we've had some success in the first half of the season with the players we've had.
Just last thing on it, it also seems like you kind of have to be really meticulous with your scouting over a younger player in particular, because with the greatest will in the world, some of the guys you've signed in the past you'll know about because they're experienced and they played senior football and you will have seen them. But some of these lads, people won't have heard of. You're almost starting from scratch. So how extensive is the scouting that goes into that?
Scouting, contacts, networking, speaking to people you know within the game, having your just trying to find out everything you possibly can in any way you can about a player, because we can't afford to recruit a bad egg and disrupt everything we've built over a period of time, because one bad apple can come in and disrupt everything. It really can, and it doesn't take long then for that one apple to become 2 and 3. I've seen it before with my own eyes. So it's important we get the right person in. It's important we get the right footballer in. Yeah, we have to do obviously a lot of work, as I've alluded to, from the recruitment team, through Dave, through myself, and the coaching staff, the other players. And when obviously the young guys have left and gone back to either the parent club or, in Alfie's case, gone and moved up a league, it's really important to us that when they are leaving us, they speak highly of us as a football club and what we've done for them, because that is the truth, that is the facts, that's first hand from them, that's what they've encountered from us as a football club, and it's really good to hear.
One thing just to clear up as well in terms of transfers, Uchi obviously rumoured last week, and lots of reports about him being in Charlton and fees being agreed and such. For whatever reason, that particular one doesn't look like it's happened. Can you just clear up where you're up to with him and how all that unfolded?
Yeah, as I said to you last week, there was interest in Uchi from Charlton. That moved forward. I'm not privy to every detail of every player's contract at the football club, but a transfer fee, which was in the deal, was met by Charlton, which enabled the player to go and speak to them. And as you say, for whatever reason, that deal didn't get concluded. We welcomed him back with open arms. It was an interesting Monday morning when he came back, and I'm sure you can imagine what the dressing room was like of when he reappeared. But listen, he's been great this week. He's again really trying to embrace what we're trying to do as a football club. We've almost given him that platform now to go and play, and I think rebuild his career is a little bit strong, because obviously he had a real disappointing time in Turkey, and to get back playing regular football, and he's now got to that stage where I say he's fit and he's available, and we have to utilise his strengths as a player, which are obvious to us.
Last thing then, it's obviously nice to have a football match to be able to
play.
Yeah.
It would be great.
After 16 minutes of one at Reading, and then a postponement last week. How has that kind of fortnight, I won't say helped, but I take it you've used it very wisely.
I've got to be honest, Phil. It was a difficult week last week in terms of our preparation. We trained Monday, obviously after the Reading game was played for 15 minutes. We trained on Monday. We couldn't train Tuesday because of the conditions up here. I say we are currently training away on a 4G pitch. We couldn't get on that. We couldn't train Thursday for the same reason. And looking at the pitch on Thursday afternoon, for me, it was obvious the game was going to be called off. That the pitch was like concrete. Obviously, from going to temperatures around here of -8, I think on Tuesday, Wednesday night, that the pitch was never going to have enough time to thaw out, so to speak. So it was a frustrating week, because we'd looked at this month of January in terms of only playing on a Saturday and being able to actually train and do some work on the training pitch. That hasn't been as smooth as I would have wanted. And I say last week, when I told the players the game was off, I said to them, I'm glad, because I think our preparation has been rubbish this week. and I don't like going to games with rubbish preparation. So this week has been much better. We've got a lot of good work done. So there's some things that we've identified, both as me as the manager, as the coaching staff, and then as the players, of where we need to improve, and we're all on the same page, and we've worked on that this week. And we're delighted that we now welcome the league leaders here on Saturday. It's a great game to come back into. As I've alluded to this season, we found it difficult in my time at the football club to beat the big boys in this league at home. We beat Blackpool the other week. We've obviously won away at Oxford this season. We beat Plymouth, we beat Derby away last year. But I want us to have that scalp at home, and I think it's really important that, I'm sure the supporters are just as frustrated as we are that we've not played for 2 or 3 weeks. So be hearing the numbers on Saturday, we need to create a really energetic atmosphere, because I'm sure Portsmouth will bring a lot of fans here as well, and it's a great game for us to say go toe to toe with the league leaders and try and take them on.